My name is Angelo Cruz, and today I'll be talking about my poem, Home. That's the poem I revised from Workshop 1. The goals for revising this were to add more imagery and concrete significant detail. I took out the cliches from the critiques that everyone told me. I had a couple cliches at the end. I made it less general and more specific. And then I wanted to make the reader, instead of feeling only one or two of the sentence, I wanted to make them feel all five. And according to Burroway, an image is a word or series of words that evokes one or more of the five senses. For my revision, I changed the last two stanzas because after the critiques came in, everyone said it was too general, wasn't specific enough for like this kind of poem, which is about my home. So that's what I changed. Like I said, I wanted to make it more specific so the reader was actually felt like they were in my house with me as I was writing this and as I was reading it. Here I put a side by side of my original poem and the revised poem, so I'll read those two parts to you. These are the last two stanzas of which I changed in the poem. So this is from the original poem right here. Next, I picture my room with nothing but Ohio State everywhere. I would change it, but it reminds me of my childhood and it makes me feel as if time never moves. That's my favorite place to be, in my room. When I'm in there, it's like my own little world. The walls filled with pictures from my past, like a timeline of my life. As I lay in bed, I look around and think of all the memories I have. I think of how grateful I am to have a family that loves and cares for me. I know I can be myself and always have support in whatever I do. When no one is there for you, home is. As I said before, like it says on the critique sheet from Home Hit, the third stanza was boring and the last one was too general, which I completely agree with after reading it. So as I revised it, this is what I came up with. Next, I picture my room and the smell of Axe still being there from spring in the morning. It is always my favorite part of the day, just falling into my bed. The big red Ohio State comforter surrounds my body, and I want to fall asleep, but I know I can't because my mom would be screaming at any minute for dinner. Then there's the yell for dinner, and I hop out of bed. I walk through the hall and living room to find my family sitting at the table waiting eagerly for me to sit down so we can say prayer. As I sit, my dad begins prayer. He always said the Our Father because that's what his family did growing up. I knew sooner or later he would make me do it, passing this tradition to me. But until that day comes, I will sit back and enjoy the view of home. So as you can see in the third stanza, I added more details such as the smell of Axe, the big red Ohio State comforter, and my dad saying the Our Father prayer. So that's how I wanted to add more detail to it. So I thought that was a lot better than the first part. After revising my poem, I feel that it's not only too boring, and I didn't lose my reader as much. And I feel like as the people are reading it, they'll feel like they're with me as I walk through my house, as I go sit down at the dinner table and all that stuff. So that's how I felt. I hope you guys do too. So to end, I'm gonna read my home poem, the whole poem for you guys. When you think of your happy place, where do you think of? For me, I think of home and all my family. I think of walking into the kitchen and seeing my mom cooking dinner and the smell of steak and rice. I think of three cats running through the house, being chased by our little Lacey, our dog. I picture my dad being lazy as usual, on his chair with his legs up, watching TV half asleep. Then I think of my little sister, coming home shortly after me and going straight for the snack bin because she was always so hungry for practice. Next, I picture my room and the smell of Axe still being there from spring in the morning. It is always my favorite part of the day, just falling into my bed. The big red Ohio State comforter surrounds my body, and I want to fall asleep, but I know I can't because my mom would be screaming at any minute for dinner. Then there's a yell for dinner, and I hop out of bed. I walk through the hall and living room to find my family sitting at the table, waiting eagerly for me to sit down so we can say prayer. As I sit, my dad begins prayer. He always said the Our Father prayer because that's what his family did growing up. I knew sooner or later he would make me do it, passing the tradition to me. But until that day comes, I will sit back and enjoy the view home. And that's my works cited. Thank you very much.